Okay, we're back with event number 2 of the evening. It's the Tim Hortons NHL One-Timers, one of the new events here this year. 8 participants are signed up for it, and this is a real interesting one because we haven't seen it before, and I'll bring in Chris and Craig to break down just how the point system worked for the One-Timers Challenge.
It's a one-timer accuracy with points rewarded for the one-time accuracy, so take us through it.
Well, that's what I like so much about this. You get it into the top of underneath the crossbar, and between that bar, you have 4 points. On that side triangle, it's 3. That middle is 2, but if you do hit the inside bar at all and it doesn't go through, you get a point. If you hit the crossbar or the post to the outside, you get nothing. And so that's what the interesting factor, you mentioned it, it's the accuracy more than you think of a one-timer trying to, outpower a goaltender. You try to pound it as hard as you can. Here, it's about your accuracy. And if you look at the guys who are in here, it's JT Miller with the highest shooting percentage of these 12 players, with Auston Matthews the second highest as well.
Auston Matthews leads the league, of course, with 40 goals. And he has scored 12 times on one-timers this year.
And so many different ways. Again, it's not always about the speed, it's the positioning of the shot. And he's been able to change it so many different ways. If the goaltender's reading down, he's able to go up top. And this is one. We only had 5 in the first event, and here we're able to get 8 of the best players here going with the one-time.
By the way, Nikita Kucherov, the most one-timer goals of this group in action this year, with 14. So it feels like it's a wide open competition. Will it be Kucherov who leads in scoring? There's another guy that you'll have to consider. Let's join public address announcer Mike Ross.
And now the Tim Hortons NHL One-Timers. And fans, we have 2 special guest passers for this event. The first overall pick of the 2023 NHL Entry Draft, number 98 for the Chicago Blackhawks, Connor Bedard. And playing in his 6th NHL All-Star game, the captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby.
Well, how about that for guys dishing the puck, so there will be no excuses with Sidney Crosby in the future.
You know what? I'm not so worried about Sidney Crosby. He's been in this environment before. How about Bedard? That's asking a lot. You haven't been playing. You've been on IR, and you're sitting now. You got to make that perfect pass across. This is not like just instinctively playing a game. You could see a little nervousness in his face there too, having to be the guy delivering the mail.
Would have been the youngest to play in an All-Star game had it not been for the broken jaw. Suffered the day after it was announced he was named to the All-Star game. So we'll begin with Elias Pettersson. Pettersson, the 3rd star in January, 7 one-timer. There's a 4.
So you get 3 shots from each position. There's 3 positions. You get a total of 5 potential passes. So he can actually let a pass go by if he doesn't like it. There's his 3rd from the middle, and now from a tough angle. But Chris, a place where these players score from so often, don't they?
Yeah, couple posts. There's one up top. 4 for Pettersson on that shot. And he'll finish with 20 points. So there's the standard for Elias Pettersson, who's been red hot. 14 goals in his last 13 games.
Again, it's not about just powering it through. You saw that one. And this is a little half slapper, little snapshot one-timer that goes right underneath that top 4 for the 4-pointer. Now you got the right-handers coming up as MacKinnon will get his first set of passes from Bedard here.
So you're right, little pressure on the kid.
Totally. You got to think it's, he's...
Especially with the dog, who is going to have his game face on.
Oh, man. You don't want to be throwing a bad pass across.
First star in the month of January, 2nd in league scoring, and on pace for his biggest goal total ever. That one missed high, and there's a couple to get him going.
Again, kind of not going a full slap shot. He's got these stick up, but then it's really just a little snapper, and that one was a 4-pointer.
Yep.
Just beautifully put. See how he delays it, just brings it down, and it's a snapshot one-timer.
Couple 4-pointers there, and another to get him going. He's up to 16.
Didn't like the pass there.
19, and there's your leader now as he put that one top G's for 4 more and 23 points.
So there's the accuracy part we were talking about. You know, in a game, you've got players all around. You got a goaltender. You try to power it through. This has all been about positioning, and you know, Nathan MacKinnon just taking that time and getting even down on one knee there to make sure. That's the most of the 4-pointers we've been able to see at this point.
Kevin?
So down here with Matt Barzal, pretty cool event, right? Like, what's the strategy kind of heading in this one for you?
I think just making contact and like trying to get it up. I think the ones, the low ones at the bottom of the circle are probably what I'm best at. So try to take advantage of those and just try to collect points.
What do you think of Connor Bedard passing the puck? Like, what are you looking for from the passes? Like spin, no spin?
Yeah, well, I know him a little bit from back home. I'm like, dude, if you miss my wheelhouse, like we're gonna have an issue. So
yeah.
Guys are talking about spin earlier. I don't really find a difference. So.
Okay, well, good luck. Back up to you, Chris and Greg.
Okay, Leon's underway here. And he talked yesterday about as long as they're not measuring velocity, he's fine with it.
Well, again, it's a snap one-timer, really. And this is where Draisaitl's been able to score so many times. But in a game, he's powering that as hard as he can. Here, he's just getting the quick release and trying to put it to an area.
22 will fall one short to MacKinnon, who has the lead through the first 3 shooters.
There's that right in that top 4-pointer position. And, you know, in a game from that place in a power play, if you watch the Oilers, that's his wheelhouse there. McDavid in the middle, sliding it across, and a one-timer from there. Kucherov, as you mentioned, he passes the puck like a one-timer half the time. It's amazing the deceptiveness he has from this spot on the ice.
9 away from matching his career best goal total of 41. And again, 14 one-timer goals, usually automatic, but misses the target on the first, and it's a slow start for his first 3. Crosby to Kucherov, that's a pretty dynamic combination. But Kucherov gonna have to play catch-up here on the final 3 shots.
Yeah, he's only really been able to hit that middle area. Another one with a 2-pointer.
Puck in the way, so he'll get another. And he's not going to catch the leaders here. One last shot, and there's Kucherov with 19 points, so he is 4th of the 4 and shows a little disappointment.
Well, what were the guys saying? He looks like when he plays, he doesn't have a pulse. He kind of looks like it here, is just calmly trying to get that puck into that upper area. He just wasn't able to. Majority of them, you could see a little frustration as he blows off some steam after another one goes in the 2-point range.
Well, among the large Vancouver Canuck contingent, JT Miller up next in the 98th percentile in terms of accuracy and 6 one-timer goals on the year.
Well, and how about Miller when you think of the hardest shots even? You know, you said the accuracy, he's 2nd among all the All-Stars. He's also 2nd in terms of speed of all the All-Stars as well. So a great combination of the power of his shot into the accuracy.
Helps the last 2, and that's, I think, 3 in a row. We'll see if it's up to 12 or not.
He's going for the top every time, isn't he?
Down to his last 3. There's another up top.
Oh, that one hit the bar. Needed that one to threaten MacKinnon to get it to 22, but that last one up in the 4 just hit the crossbar. You can see with every guy, they're just getting that back leg down so you can control your positioning. Try to get it up and elevate it as fast as you can. And gives a little wink to the passers. Well done.
Some risk reward to try to get those 4-pointers.
Well, this is a guy who just seems to know exactly where he wants to place it each and every time he's shooting. This will be fun to watch.
12 times.
And he goes
scored
3 feet over on his first one.
Trying to dial it back. There's 3. And just 5 on that opening sequence. 40 goals on the season. 26 in his last 25. But having a little trouble finding the mark. And Chris, this will be perfect out in his spot.
This is what's so different. You know, in a game, you're instinctively jumping to a hole and you're reacting to the goaltender movement. Here you miss a couple and you start thinking. You could see it there. His first shot went 3 feet over the net. And you know in his mind, it's like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with that? And then unable to get it to that 4 area. And in a game, you just think how quickly he's able to adjust his shot and put it right where he wants to.
Well, we watch every warm-up for the Leafs, and this is how he finishes every warm-up. Wasn't a lot of that here. And
he wasn't able to bring 16 in to do the passing. They do it each and every game.
Nathan MacKinnon continues to lead with 23. And here comes Matt Barzal. All the 8 in the one-timer competition, the fewest goals with only 13.
A little adjustment to the net here is the hanging blue cloth. They want to be able to make sure they don't miss one and have to go up for a goal review.
Be fun in years to come to watch Connor Bedard in the skills competition right now, feeding Matt Barzal. First 3 for Barzal. There's 4. Get him into double digits. Having his best season since his Calder Trophy winning campaign. The 17, trying to get into the 20s and won't. So Barzal with 17. And the leader continues to be Nathan MacKinnon with Leon Draisaitl in second.
Well, Barzal, much like the others, just the little snapshot one-timer, just trying to guide it in there. And it's kind of like playing darts. Sometimes when you try to guide it and slide it in, you miss by a lot. This is the guy I'm really intrigued to watch is Pastrnak. Because, you know, you watch the Bruins, that hard pass across, he's not afraid to shoot, and he's got a powerful one-timer. 61 goal scorer last year, having another great season this year.
And leads the NHL in shots.
Oh, right off the bar, that first one. There's no half slapper there.
So into the second position now, but needing to pick up the pace. Well, he's got a shot at it, doesn't he?
Yeah, 3-4s would do him well, wouldn't it? Didn't like the pass there.
So up to 18. 21 this to take the lead. And he's got 3 at 24. So David Pastrnak will jump over Nathan MacKinnon and win the one-timer competition.
Look at the 2 pals laughing at each other as Crosby and MacKinnon doing the math there. It just no panic at all in Pastrnak. And one of the few, Chris, that really was taking a full one-timer shot. And there's a good example of placing it right on the 4 and dialed right in.
Mentioned all the competitors with high totals on one-timers. Not for Pastrnak this year. He came into the competition 26th in the league, but he wins the one-timer as we check back in with Kevin.
Here with JT Miller. And JT, who do we got here with us?
This is my daughter, Scotland. She's 5 years old, and she wanted to come out today, so I told her, obviously, more than welcome.
Awesome. How did Dad do in that event?
Good.
Pretty good shot?
Yeah.
He almost won, didn't he?
Yeah.
Next time, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for having us. Was that pretty fun to be a part of?
Oh, that was sweet. You know, after the first one, all the nerves kind of went away, and I actually felt pretty good about the shots. I told the guys, I'm not going for the twos. I gotta give her, but man, it's just unreal to see the guys shoot from there. I mean, we have to watch it on a daily basis.
Pretty cool to have Sid passing the puck too, eh?
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. We got into it a bunch in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, so I told him to put everything aside from a couple weeks ago. And I mean, been watching him since I was a little kid, so pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Up to you guys.
I think JT gets into it with everybody, doesn't he?
Yeah, does he ever?
Awesome stuff. And so there are your updated overall standings as McDavid and Pastrnak win the first two events, and Matt Barzal with 4 points off 2 events participated in so far. Nathan MacKinnon in second in the one-timer competition. Here's Kyle. And you thought we'd avoid the situation room
No.
in the skills competition. Apparently not. They've revised the David Pastrnak total. Apparently the last shot was changed and downgraded. So let's take one more look.
Oh, it hit the bar. Yeah,
Hit the
it went
bar,
down,
so
didn't
that's
go in.
1 instead of 3. And it means that Nathan MacKinnon.
Boy, that was a double hit. It hit the post and then right in that corner on the blue bar that's hanging down. So you're right. Live, they had given it a 3. They saw the movement. Instead, it's only 1 point. So Nathan MacKinnon, out of nowhere, gets the win.
So that will change the standings. It's a MacKinnon win to tie Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl moves up with Pastrnak. So they share second place with a total of 22. So we're up to date, and that might not be our last video review of the night, as